Hi, and welcome to Wonder Woman Wednesday. I'm really excited to be bringing this to you guys. Every Wednesday, we're going to interview an incredible woman. This month of April, our topic is all around entrepreneurial women, and I am so thrilled to be bringing one of my dearest friends, inspiration in my life, and just an all-around amazing mom, an amazing entrepreneur, and you're going to get to know her and her story today. So Leslie, thank you so much for coming live and coming all the way from DC to do this with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored.
Yeah, it's great. It's really exciting. So I want to start out by asking you a few questions, and some of these answers I'm probably going to know since you're one of my best friends in the world. But for the sake of our interview, I will just ask them to you and pretend like I'm really shocked at the answers. So you guys are from Florida?
Yes.
Awesome. Here, I know you're born and raised in Tampa.
Yes.
Kevin is too, right?
He's Plant City.
Awesome. So Kevin Humphrey from Plant City, you guys might know him. He's famous a little bit.
He is a little famous, yeah.
And so you guys you moved away for a while. So tell me a little bit about where you guys were and why you were there.
So we moved to DC about 4 years ago so he could be at the Pentagon.
Amazing.
And so we were there, and then he now has moved on and is in Germany waiting for us to get there.
And us is?
Myself and 5 kids plus a girlfriend.
Yeah, it
One
keeps
of the
growing.
kids' girlfriends, yeah. So we're now a family of 6 kids.
Yeah, it's funny how that starts to happen.
Yes.
I can't even imagine when all of your kids have spouses and grandkids. You guys are going to be like
I can't wait.
the most enormous family,
Yeah.
like ever.
It's great.
Leslie's kind of from the old school days when you had between 5 and 10 kids.
I mean, sure.
I mean, I'm getting up there. I might catch you. So I'm going to ask you some questions a little bit now. I want to know a little bit about your background. So you guys, what did you do prior to owning your own business?
Well, so going way back, right out of college, my background was sports medicine and sports nutrition, and I worked with athletes and was really into all things wellness. I worked at Tampa General in the sports medicine rehab center and did a lot of different things, nutritional coaching, and then got married, had kids, and none of that was conducive to family life and what my priorities were. So we did what all normal people do and decided we got to figure out how work fits into family, right? Doesn't everybody do that?
Yeah, trying. Everybody's trying to do that, absolutely.
I'm very grateful because we did take that entrepreneurial leap and quickly decided that we needed to figure that out. And so we opened a real estate company, a mortgage company, and title company.
Okay.
And so we then got addicted to entrepreneurial life.
And so how long did you own those businesses?
I don't know. Let's see, maybe 10 years?
Okay, wow, I didn't realize it was that long. Okay. And so what was your role in the business?
I was everything, right? We had a daycare because I had 5 kids. So I was the daycare, the nanny, the cook, the caterer. I delivered documents, so I was the courier.
Because this is before like everything was scanned and sent.
Right. This was back in the day.
Right.
I just did everything. I really was helpful. We had a great staff, and my husband is a hard worker, right? So he was working hard, and I was always the one that got the call. Can you deliver this document? Can you go here? Can you, right? And so, or the caterer didn't show up. Can you bring lunch for 12?
Wow.
Sure, let me just throw 5 kids into 5 car seats, and we'll just be right over here.
Yeah, and because I know you, I can imagine you. I think you call that type of person a clutch. But I can't imagine like throwing all my kids in the car and driving all around and listening to them scream and trying to figure it all out. So that's pretty incredible. So you got some good multitasking skills going with that.
Yes. That's one of the things I had to learn to not do over time, right?
Okay.
Now, so many years later, I've had to learn not to multitask. And
You think you're less effective?
100% certain that it's a pitfall, especially as women and moms. We want to multitask everything. We want to be able to just do it all and get it all done, right? And it was one of the reasons why I felt like a failure so often in that period of my life, because I was constantly doing stuff for everybody.
We need to talk more about this little multitasking and not doing. I think we may have had this conversation before. I need a little more coaching on that. So Leslie is my business coach. She's helped me in so many different areas. And so I want to dive in a little bit about her turn in her life and when she actually started her own business outside of her husband and something for herself. And so when did that happen?
So that was 2006.
Okay.
And at the time, my kids were 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And we had all these other businesses. Life was crazy, chaotic. It made no sense. I was introduced to this business opportunity that I could be my own boss on this online business before online business was really a thing. It was just starting out. And it made no sense to me. I didn't have time. My plate was not only full, it was overflowing.
Right.
But I was introduced to it and it didn't make sense, but I knew I felt that tug, which that happens, right? You
Yes.
feel a tug and you know you're supposed to follow it, but you can't explain why. And so I did, and I told my girlfriend, I'm gonna do this. It doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna be good at it. I won't succeed. I did all the things that they tell you not to do, right? I wasn't saying great affirmations and being positive. I wasn't professing that I was going to go to the top and be amazing. I was like, I'm going to be terrible. This is going to be a total failure, but I'm going to try.
Okay. And so I met you about a year, I think, into your journey with Arbonne.
Yeah.
And so tell us, what is Arbonne?
We are an online health, wellness, and beauty company that focuses on pure, safe, and beneficial products, healthy lifestyle, healthy living, really being your best self.
Amazing. And if you follow us and you see me talk about Arbonne a lot, Leslie wasn't my introduction to Arbonne, but she was my education. I knew Arbonne products, I tried the products, I loved the products, I'd lost track of the person, and I met her in a networking group. I was in it for my cleaning business and she joined it for Arbonne. And she's the one who really brought light to me on why I'm using those products, why they're so great, and the business opportunity, which I think I was probably not someone that you would think would ever even look at the business of Arbonne, right?
Right, absolutely.
I was definitely plate full, owned my own business already, and Leslie was able to show me an additional opportunity, and I'm really thankful for that. And so what do you do in Arbonne? You're a VP and you educate on health and wellness, but you're also, I mentioned, my business coach. So can you share a little bit about those two things and what the differences are?
Sure. So obviously we have our 30-day healthy living
Yes.
challenge. And so that's part of what I do. I coach people on making that 30-day commitment to healthy living and switching up their habits and starting to learn some new things and create new truths for their health, right? And I love that. It's super, super fun to empower people to live better. But the business coaching is where my heart really is, because it is where we get to build relationships. I mean, you and I, through the business relationship, created such a great friendship.
Absolutely.
And it's through the business coaching that we really get to dive in and figure out what our hopes are, our dreams, what we have laid out as our own obstacles, right? And we all need a partner to help us break through those things. And I get to be that partner for so many people.
Amazing. She's incredible at what she does. She does a lot of awesome public speaking as well. And I know that you tell me about you pre-Arbonne, and I probably knew you a little earlier on than some others, but a lot of people can't imagine that you were ever shy or introverted or broke out in hives when you had to speak to people. So it's been a huge transformation for you.
It has. And that's where my passion lies, right? Because so many people are like I was, where they have created these stories in their heads about who they are. When my kids, so my daughters that are 15 and 16, a lot of times I hear them say, or their friends say, that's just not me. And that's a phrase that really gets me, because if I made decisions about this journey according to what was me, right, I would have gone off all those things that I felt that I was. I was shy, introverted, meek, quiet, right? And none of those things were actually my truths. In real life, they were just what I was telling myself.
It's funny, you're segueing into my next question and you don't even know what it is. But one of the things that, through this Wonder Woman series that I really was wanting to ask each and every person is, we all see each other, we see people differently, I think, than they see themselves sometimes. And I asked Leslie on this show because I see you as a Wonder Woman. I see you as someone that I look up to as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a business owner. And so I wanted to know, how do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as a Wonder Woman?
Ooh, that's a hard question. So I don't.
Okay.
I definitely do not. But I will say I view myself in super positive light. I just would not say Wonder Woman. And I think because my view of myself is I know how much effort and work goes into the things that I do, the intention that I live my day-to-day life. Those aren't like my natural gifts and abilities. A lot of the areas that I focus on or have worked through, they're not natural, right? And so
So what would be your natural tendency?
I am, you know this about me, I'm a smell the roses girl. So I would sit and have coffee or wine or whatever all day, every day.
Me too.
I would, like, if we're gonna go shopping, we're gonna go shopping and we're gonna walk down the sidewalk or down the middle of the mall or whatever, and it's gonna be slow and it's gonna be painfully slow, and we are gonna look at every rose petal and every feather that floats by and notice. I am a smell the roses person, and so I really feel like in order to work a life that is all about accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish, but being present, it takes a lot of focus and intention, right?
And so it's funny, again, perception, because to me, working through your unnatural tendencies to allow yourself to accomplish the goals for yourself and your family, that's the definition of a Wonder Woman. I don't think that any of us necessarily just come right out of the chute with all of these gifts and talents. Maybe some, I love that, but most of us are working every single day. And when you can see through, the phrase? Like when you can see past the obstacles to the goals, I feel like that's the definition of a Wonder Woman. I'm so thankful for you today.
Aww.
And in my life, and I don't want to cry, but you guys follow Leslie on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, see everything you can from her, because it's constant inspiration, motivation, inspiration, motivation, and a reminder of everything that you can do if you put your mind to it. Thank you so much.
Aw,
I love you.
I love you.